You know what I love? A desk setup that doesn't make me want to scream because of tangled wires and disgusting mess. And today we're going to solve one of the biggest problems, especially for those of us who use a laptop, getting more screen space, less mess. Let's get into it. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Anton, a power engineer, industrial mechanic, and a Red Seal electrician. We cover all kinds of products and topics in an approachable way for the average everyday person. I'm glad you found us. Ugh, I really hate trying to do a lot of stuff on one laptop screen. Laptops are great because they're super portable, but when it's time to just hit full productivity mode, it's just so difficult with a laptop screen alone, especially when I'm used to my desktop behind me where I have 2 monitors. Or if you have 3 monitors, or you'd like 3 monitors, or a laptop with 2 monitors, there's so many better scenarios for running full productivity mode that a laptop just can't meet. So here's the true story. For me, as a YouTuber, I'm constantly juggling emails, proofing videos, editing videos, and trying to keep up with my social media and different sponsors and all of that. I've got multiple screens going at any given point, and tabbing between those screens becomes a huge pain with just one screen. And when I look at adding an extra monitor, I only have one HDMI port on this laptop, which doesn't really help me a whole lot, and it's kind of messy. But check this out. I found this USB-C dock from Wavlink that maybe is going to help me solve all of these problems. A dock like this promises one USB-C cable connected to the laptop, and in this case it gives me up to 3 monitors and lots of USB ports, and in my case a micro SD card slot, which definitely helps with transferring those YouTube videos off of my camera to my storage device. Seems pretty neat, right? Let's check it out. Let's see what we get here. We've got the device just sitting here right on top. We'll look at that a little bit closer after we lift this up. Holy smokes. Now this is kind of cool actually. So this is a driver download links. Remember the old days when you would get a disc inside of the box to install the drivers? Well, this is telling us, hey, we remember when you get a disc, but we're not going to give you a disc. So there you go. We've got a warranty card. We've got a manual, which obviously we're not going to read. I've got cables, actually more cables than I thought I was going to get. There's a USB-C to USB-C cord, power cord, and the other half of the power cord, this is the power brick, which puts out 20 volts at 6.5 amps, 130 watts, and that's it. Let's take a look at the device itself. It looks really, really good. In the hand, it feels sturdy. It's got a nice brushed effect on the front here, which I can roll it around like this so you guys can maybe see what I'm talking about. And a smooth gray thing here. It looks like it just fits at home. Now this is gonna sit on your desk just like this, so you're gonna see the front with all the business in the back. It's almost like a reverse mullet. The business in the front, the party in the back. Maybe it's not a reverse mullet, it's business in the front. And it is gonna be a party in the back. Am I right? Now let's jump into hooking this thing up and giving it a quick test run. Now setting this up is way easier than I thought. First, we're gonna connect our monitors. In my case, I'm using 2 extra monitors. So I've got 1 display port, clicks in, and 1 HDMI. Now that is all you really need at the base of it all. Now in my case, I do want to use my keyboard and my mouse. So I'm going to connect my keyboard into one of the USB ports and my mouse into the other USB port, like that. And then it's as simple as plugging the power cord in, and then the most important connection, the USB-C cable that goes from the dock to my laptop. Now with the cord hooked up, I simply plug it into my laptop and I'm expecting magic. Power that on. And just like that, we've got 3 screens running. Now, I don't have room for 3 screens here, so I've got my laptop screen as one of those screens, and then 2 of the screens coming off of the USB-C hub. So I've got my editing software right here where we're editing our latest video. I've got my email, I've got my website up on here to reference material as I'm editing, and I've also got my script up over here so I can keep an eye on what I'm supposed to be saying to you guys, even though I deviate from script all the time. But this allows me full productivity to have all of the screens running at once without needing a whole desktop. Now, don't get distracted by the desktop over there because everything just runs through that laptop. When it's time to switch back to portable mode, I simply unplug the laptop, take it with me. Now, if you need a setup like this, where you've got that USB-C cord for the laptop, but you also have the desktop, well, you can also look at a KVM switch to swap easily between the two. In our case, that gets a little bit more complicated than what we're looking for here. So it's simply a nice, simple USB dock with everything that we need coming through here. Now the quick rundown is simple, multiple screens, lots of USB ports. I've got the front micro SD slot for transferring my latest video from my memory card into my storage medium, and it does all of that through one simple clean dock. Now I gotta say, if you multitask like I do, or you prefer just a much cleaner setup at your desk, then a USB-C dock such as this is definitely the way that you wanna go. Something to check, if your computer doesn't support using multiple monitors through USB-C, it's no big deal. Just like downloading more RAM, or downloading faster internet, you can download a new video card that supports USB-C video out. Now, okay, maybe you can't download more RAM or faster internet, but I am serious. You can download a different GPU to your computer using something like a DisplayLink driver. You can download those for free on the internet, which basically gives you a software GPU that when you plug a dock like this in, suddenly it does support multiple video card out through our display port and our HDMI. It's easy enough, and I'm loving this simple, zero mess, no clutter approach. Now here are some of the reasons why I got this dock over some of the other options out there. First off, you can easily extend one USB-C port into two extra display ports, an HDMI, gigabit Ethernet port, 4 USB 3.0 ports, and the SD card reader, and audio and microphone support. So you get everything all in this one neat tiny little dock. Plus, did I mention the party in the back? Most of the connections are in the back, which leaves the front accessible for expansion and just the odd time you need to plug something in. Personally, I don't use that front USB port just to keep that nice clean look. The HDMI port is HDMI 2.0 and the display ports are utilized DP 1.4. If you're using a single monitor, you can actually get 4K at 120 Hertz. That's great for you gamers out there. Or you can run dual monitors at 4K 60. If you are running 3 monitors through this, you are going to be limited to 4K 30 out of 2 of the ports, and the third port will be for 1080p 60. USB power delivery actually gives up to 100 watts of charging power to your host device. So in my case, using my laptop, I can actually charge and use all of the extra functionality of the dock through that one USB cable. So suddenly, the only port that I would have used to charge the laptop is now the port that charges the laptop and runs this entire dock with that expanded functionality. Don't forget the 4 USB 3.0 A port support with up to 5 gigabit per second transfer speeds on each port. And how often do you guys get a wired Ethernet port? My laptop certainly does not have one. So when I'm here at my desk, I can get my 1000 megabit per second wired LAN connection. And when I unplug the dock, I'm back to my Wi-Fi, which is slightly slower, but still pretty productive. But when I want to be in productive mode, this gives me the screens and the speed that I'm looking for. This works with PCs and laptops that will work with USB-C DisplayPort alt mode, or if you have a Thunderbolt 3 or 4 port, which most of the newer laptops support, especially those Mac users, this is the guy that you're going to use. It'll work with all of your MacBooks. It has driver-free plug-and-play support, so you don't have to install any drivers. This works out of the box. You plug it in and it works. We already talked about the build quality, which is really good, and the price. This is actually really attractively priced for the features that you get. Now, there are cheaper USB-C docks out there, but not all of them have all of the features and functions that we look at here. Consider this one has 13 outputs, monitors, USB, USB, Ethernet, headphones, it's all built in there, whereas a lot of those other ones are leaving some of those features out. For me, I wanted the front micro SD slot because I use that for transferring files for internet, plus it gives me all of the ports in the back, which is what I was looking for. A lot of those other guys have ports out the front and out the back, and it just doesn't look as neat and tidy, which is one of the main goals of a proper hub. So what's your dream desk setup? Drop a comment below. Let me know. Have you used a USB hub like this? Do you have a different favorite that you like? Are you considering this one? Ask any questions that you have. If you do want one like this, there are a few different options. I'll put a link in the description down below where you can grab it from and try it for yourself. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.